Hey everybody, it's Brandon and we're back again with the MMBC Podcast, and I'm right here with my good buddy Pastor Tommy Anthony. Say hi, Pastor.
Hey everybody.
There's a lot of stuff that has been going on. We had the 5th Sunday singing just this past Sunday. Tell us a little bit about what people may have missed.
Well, it was obviously great. I mean, it's not like the Super America's Got Talent. Everybody's just knocking it out the top, even on that show. Not everybody does. But, you know, it was good fun, a lot of singing, some great spiritual songs. But the best thing, it uplifts your spirit to be able to be with other Christians you don't always get to rub shoulders with. And then, my favorite, we had some wonderful food and fellowship afterwards, and just a great evening. I enjoyed it.
Another thing that's been going on, they've been working on the kitchen. And last week we talked about this, and we've been kind of keeping you updated on the progress of how things are going on. Well, I walked in this morning, and there is a sink in the kitchen.
Awesome.
Tell them a little bit about what's going on right now.
Well, I know Wiki and James were in there measuring that all out, and they special ordered the sink, and it's going to be, you know, it's ideal. The kitchen is really coming together. And I just want to brag on everybody that's put in time, not only those two who are kind of ramrodding the whole remodeling, but lots of other volunteers as well. And I'd mess up if I started naming them all, but you know who you are if you put in some time. The stud wall, that 60 some odd studs added to the end of the building to secure the new metal that's there, and all that's going to come together. There's still a little bit of work to put back the interior paneling on the gym, but we're really getting close to winding this project down.
It is really cool. And again, not just thank you from the pastor, thank you from my family, and I'm sure other families would say the same thing. This is our home, and you guys are working really hard to make it special. So thank you for that. You know what? Another thing that's been going on is I've had some people coming up to me and telling me that they are ready to do an I Am His video. Now, for those of you who are going, I've heard you talk about this I Am His. What is it? Well, I Am His is our church's own little version of sitting in front of a camera and telling a dramatic story. Now, the story itself is your own story.
Yeah, you don't have to make up something.
You come in and you tell your story, and I'll put you in front of a screen and I'll put a camera on you. And what's really fun about this is sometimes you have to think about it. You have to stop for a second. We've had people get choked up and even start crying when they're trying to tell their story. Well, I can cut all that out in post-edit mode.
Yeah, but I love it when people get a little bit passionate and maybe shed a tear about their story. It's not required by any means, but, you know, hey, you're talking about how you met Christ or something significant in your walk with the Lord. Just some little snippet that you share, and Brandon will walk you through the process. If you have some pictures that tell your story, he can take those and superimpose them on the screen behind you. And we have all this kind of stuff going technology-wise that I don't know a thing about. But I want to brag on Brandon. He knows how to do this, and he can take your efforts and really clean them up and make them presentable. And that's what's cool. You don't have to have it all together and know how to give a presentation. We'll walk you through it, and your presentation will come together, and then you can just push a button and share it on social media. We can show it in church. It'll be a blessing.
It'll be your blessing. It'll be yours to share how you see fit, which is a great thing. Because
well, like also we were talking about at the funeral I attended here the other day, there are so many of our folks who have done these that have gone on to glory, and it means so much to the family members to have this little. It's a record of the testimony that's shared by their loved one. I think that's a really cool added plus.
Now, talking about the I Am His videos, last week I did an update on our church's website, and there is a button you can click from the home page. It'll bring you to a gallery of the I Am His videos that we have put together with some members in our church. So you can look through that gallery and you'll see a picture, a name, and if you see somebody that you go, wow, I'd really like to hear their story, click it. It'll pop up on the screen. You'll be able to watch it, and you will get a really good idea of what it is that we will be able to do with your story and how we will be able to help you present it in a fashion that you see fit. I will never put something out there that you are not proud of. Before anyone else sees your story, before anyone else sees your video, we'll have you come in and check it out for yourself and give it the thumbs up.
You get the editorial last word, whether it's go or no go.
So please, if you feel like you have a story, something to tell, whether it's your actual story of your salvation or something that just made an integral part of your Christian walk, come and tell it to us. We had a guy that told a story about how many car crashes he's had. If you want to check that out, that's Roger Brister. Yeah. To be honest with you, we took a little bit of Hollywood magic it's not really him flipping in the boat. It's not really him crashing in the car. So I had a little fun with it.
Those are stock footage of real experiences.
Yes, but you get to hear his story on how that happened, and it's really fun. And there's so many stories that when you hear, you'll say, I did not know that about that person. Or maybe even, I've got that in common with that person. So if you're out there and you got a story to tell, please just hit one of us up. Talk to the pastor, talk to Miss Chris, talk to me, talk to Miss Pam, talk to somebody. We'd like to get you in front of a camera and give you an opportunity to share your story in a comfortable way. Now's the fun part for me.
Yeah, tell us about this. I really hated to miss the other night, but tell us about Hairspray.
Hairspray, the play. I have 2 kids in the youth group. Y'all like the way I did that? They're actually my 2 kids,
That's
Caleb
right.
and Camry. They did Hairspray. They've been in this production. They've been working hard at it. And the other day, several people at our church, I think it was 20 people in total, showed up just to see my 2 kids, Caleb and Camry. And they knocked it out of the park. They both got lead roles. They sing, they dance, they act. There's a little comedy, some drama. But my goodness, I was so impressed and so proud.
I know you're so proud. That's awesome.
It's funny, I look at my kids and I go, wow, they can sing. But then I got to see them really do their thing, uninhibited the way they wanted to do it, without me over the top of them, telling them what I think would be cool. And goodness gracious, they're so much better than I thought they were. And that's not a knock, because I thought they were fantastic, but they look like superstars up there. So kids, if you hear me right now, I want to say I'm very proud. And to the rest of the youth group, yeah, I'm bragging on my kids. I think that's all we got for this week. What do you think?
That's it.
All right, we'll see you right here next week on the MMBC Podcast.